Hello everyone and welcome to the Manufacturers Cup Round 3 in this exhibition Season 1 in 2019. We didn't do Round 2 because we focused nations there, and Round 1 of course we got a very good score. So here we are in the middle of a race, and you're probably wondering where's qualifying, where's everything else, where's the sound first of all. So I've just nabbed this off my live stream. Unfortunately I deleted the raw footage. However, we are actually having a really good race. This race was worth 3,000 points and we were playing very tactically with Force UAB up front. And of course lap number 4, you know, it's an odd number. We're going to come in on the earlier pit stop here, and of course front wheel drive. We need to come in, fuel having an effect on tyre wear, come in right behind Force UAB here, come into the pits. We have a little think about fuel and then we say we're going to risk it. Absolutely no problem here at all. You know, keeping hydrated with that water, always remember that. So potentially UAB has had to fill in a little bit of fuel there, and as we come out the pits we don't see him. Where is UAB? We have no idea where he is. We carry on and then suddenly boom, oh wow, there he is. So we'd come out inside each other, and now because of this camera I couldn't see where UAB was. UAB wouldn't have been able to see where I was. Very awkward, and the game just fired us both off at that point because it didn't know what to do with us, netcode, etc. Unfortunately I had engine damage, so that was pretty much the end of my race, as I tried to stay out of the way of people there. Right, let's get to the proper race now, the race after, and we've been fuel burning for 3 laps basically. We've only got one chance at a lap here due to being front wheel drive and the time it takes to get around the circuit. We just have to go for that one shot. So unusual because I don't like these one shot laps, but I'm quite good at this circuit for some unknown reason to science. So here we go with the start of the lap. Heading toward the first corner. I use the blue here on the left as a brake marker. I come into this corner, absolutely no problem. Miss the apex by a tiny little bit. Accelerating out the corner. We are looking for a 217 here. I got 217.8 in the previous race. Can we get that here? As we then come into the right hander. EP Racing Lucky, by the way, currently leading the way in a Peugeot RCZ. Pug Power has returned. We nail that corner absolutely fine. Key trick to that corner really is to straight it as much as you can. That way the weight transfer won't affect the tyres as well. As we come into here, we are 2,000th up on EP Racing Lucky at this point in time. Of course, any front wheel drive car is going to rocket down the straights as we continue on down here now, absolutely revving the car out to the limit to see what we can do. I do like this track, it's got a nice flow to it, so you know, if it happens again in the future, this combo, I'd be very happy to take it. As you can see, we're still up on EP Racing Lucky at this point. Gr.4 just getting that pole position at this point in time. 280.0. Very good lap there by Gr.4 in a Ford Mustang. Very quick car, of course, as well, but it's going to suffer with its front tyres as well as the front wheel drive cars. Come up to the top of this hill here. Just missing the apex a little bit there. Trying to accelerate as fast as we can. Avoid that barrier on the left hand side as we're now crossing the bridge. Are we still up on the time at this point? We are, look at that, still only just up, but we're still purple, we'll take it, as we then come into this left-hander, and just breaking just before the giveaway signs on the tarmac, and then we're going to come through here. So tyre wear okay at the moment, so we know we're on for a good lap, because if the tyres are okay, this car does actually turn. It's kind of nice. As now we head towards the right-hander, stick to the left, brake as you approach the curbing. And we're still up. We've lost a little bit of time through there, which is expected in a front wheel drive car. Lots of fast S's is not good for us as we accelerate out now, and we've got long acceleration periods. So this is good for us. This is where we can try and maintain our small advantage that we've got. We're currently still purple. Brake where the dead tree is. Turn in. Trail braking. Accelerate out that corner. We could have done that a little bit more aggressive, but even so we head towards the line. What lap time do we get? Devil with a 2:17.3. Unbelievable lap by Devil. 2:17.9. I'm happy, and then I realised Devil has done an absolute stonker of a lap there. In the GT86, which was the best car here, I think it was the meta car here to be honest. I was very happy with second place still. We've got a chance at Ed there, Force UAB in 4th place. So let's go through the grid. If you see yourself, give yourself a shout out in the comments of course. BFR Devil in pole position, followed by myself in 2nd. Gr.4 in 3rd place. Force UAB in 4th. IA Racing in 5th place in that Porsche. EP Racing Lucky. Pug Power there. Big shout out for that. Cobra M5 in 7th. Key 25 in 8th place. Key's got a YouTube channel. Just Google his name or YouTube his name. You'll find out. Spread Nuts there in 9th. Sir Fonseca in 10th place. Followed by me against you in 11th. 12th, Gianji. 13th, my teammate Matty234. Literally just jumped into this race. OP34 in 14th. 15th place, GTP Aguilar, I can't speak. P16 Dennis Derulo. P17 VP Doffra. 17 drivers in this race, 2,800 points I think were on offer. Let's see what we can do. So one thing I'd done one practice race the day before versus GT86s, and I found I could catch them up to the first corner. Especially if I was a bit further back, this one would be a bit more tricky, but here we go. Look at the speed difference between these two cars. Look at the speed. We're catching straight away. So I know already, and this is going through my mind, that I need to get past BFR Devil as fast as I can, and then hope that my straight line speed keeps me ahead. Because if I can do that, there's a chance of me winning this race. If he stays ahead, no chance. After the first couple of laps, my tyres are going to go, and then he's just going to walk away with it. So let's see what we can do. We have to stay with him in this first sector. We have to stay close, because then we can overtake on the straight, and we can do that as we've got fresh tyres. Coming into this left-hander now, look at how much we gain. The Audi very good on brakes as well. It's got a lot of downforce, this car, obviously based on the Cup car in real life, which is also front-wheel drive. And look, we're in the slipstream here. We're close enough now to make this move, and Devil knows this is coming straight away, so he's going to stay to the left here, and then I'm going to go to the right. So he wants to defend a position, but he can't in his car at this point in time. I just got the faster car because of my tyre wear, which is fair enough. That's how it's balanced. Tyre wear versus speed, I think that's fair enough. As we then come into this left-hander, we've got that position as we accelerate out now. We've just got to keep this position and defend where we can. We sort of stayed in the middle of the road. Daredevil pushed us along a little bit, maybe not wanting to fight too much in these early stages, knowing that he could overtake me later on in this first stint. Oh, look how close that was to the barrier. Oh, that'll stop your heart, that. Wow, that was close. But we continue on all the same as we approach left-hander. We did get a little knock into that corner. Obviously, Devil just realising that the TT and any front-wheel drive cars going to struggle with apex speeds, with the GT86 being the best at apex speeds currently in this class. You know, it's the biggest difference you have in terms of, you know, 5 miles an hour, 6 miles an hour. Continue on up the hill, just maintaining this pace at the moment. You can see Devil can't keep up on these straights, on these acceleration periods. Even in slipstream, Devil is struggling to keep up. We then come into the right hander. Do we get a good apex? We do indeed. Through there we go. That's exactly what we want. And again, look at that. Look at the gap on the left-hand side there. It's going to start to increase. 3 temps, 4 temps now. So we know we've got an advantage on the straights. We're pulling away from Gr.4 as well, who's going to be struggling in that Ford Mustang. With Force UB there, EP Racing lucky in there, and Key 25 in 6th position. So standard, as I briefly showed you in the clip of the earlier race, we're going to go to lap 4, end of lap 4 we're going to pit, and then we're going to have to try and do some miracle to try and win this race, because obviously the GT86, while it's the best at handling, it's also very, very good in terms of tyre wear as well. So coming through this right hander now, again we're just trying to straighten this up as much as possible. If you straighten this corner up and not turn, it basically sets you up for this corner. If you've got any weight transfer, and we talked about this in the driving school, in those corners it really messes you up here and you lose a lot of apex speed, especially in the front wheel drive cars. So that's what I was trying to do throughout this race. Obviously if you straight line it, you reduce your tyre wear as well, so it's best for everything if you straight line it. As we accelerate out of that corner now, look at that gap start to increase. 3 temps, 4 temps, it just continues to go up and go up. 5 temps now, and BFR Devil can't do anything. He's in the slipstream, he's doing his best as he can. We're going to advance a little bit further in the race now, because it's just going to be status quo as we head on to lap number 4. BFR Devil will be getting closer on this lap. Look at our tyre wear now. Front right has taken an absolute murdering. As you can, I mean, look at it. It's insane. And our rear tyres are like, hey, what's happening? Are we going to get any work today or what? Big shout out to EP Racing, lucky 3rd place now in that Peugeot RCZ. Remember, that car's a rocket down the straights, but its tyre wear is even worse than the Audi TTs. So he's doing a bloody good job there in 3rd position. So as you can see at the moment, we're trying to defend from Devil. Devil now, look at that. Oh, what a move by Devil. Down the inside, just enough space for him there. Puts his car in the right position. But unfortunately for him, he knows what's coming next. Because all we have to do is accelerate out here. And we know, because we've already seen it, we gain a ton of time on Devil. So here we go. Where's Devil going to place his car? He keeps it to the right this time. We go down the left. And that's going to be our position again. Obviously, not wanting to defend too much. Realising that, yes, I have the faster car on the straights, and this is a very, very long straight. One of the longest in this schedule, I think, actually, which is why the TT potentially is strong here. Even so, we accelerate around there. Absolutely no problem. Devil really going to the edge of the barrier there, looking for a way past. I give him enough room on the left hand side. I'm going defensive here a little bit. I say I've got to stay in front of Devil at all costs. The minute Devil gets in front of me, it's game over in this sort of section, because he'll just pull away. He's got much better tyre wear, much better handling car, and we're coming up to the handling section. So I have to stay ahead. Devil potentially realising this, I'm not too sure. Don't race Devil too often, but we're having a good clean race so far, which is brilliant. Into the left-hander we go. Again, just keeping our position. Look at the amount of time Devil gains through the corners. That's 2 tenths. That's 3 tenths in that one corner. So where we gain that on the straights, he gains that in the corners. So that's kind of nice with balanced performance, you know. That is working well here. As we then come into the right-hander. Now, you can't base balanced performance, of course, on time trial laps. It is always going to be extreme there, especially with no tyre wear. They're basing balanced performance on tyre wear being enabled. So, you know, keep that in mind in the future. So we head towards the last corner now. We know where we're going here. We're going into the pits. So we can't quite go as deep as usual. As you see, we stay in the middle of the road. We know Devil's then going to come round and he's going to continue on, which I sort of expected anyway, because he has to try and get away. He has to try and get a good clean lap without me there. If he comes in at the same time as me, we're just going to battle to the end, and there's a potential that I will take that victory because of the straights. Just straight line speed alone. Even so, we come out in some fresh air, which is kind of what we want. Spread nuts further up. We're just fast forwarding this lap just to see what happens. We are going to catch up to Spread nuts. Obviously, we're on much fresher tyres, and Spread nuts is going for that extra lap here. We're potentially doing something like Devil. Spread nuts, I think it's in the SLS. Don't quote me on that. We'll find out when we catch up to him. But of course, we need a good lap here as well. So let's see how good this lap is. Coming to here. Oh, look at that. That's lovely. That's how you want to do that corner. Don't want to run too wide. If you can run that tight there, you know you're not actually damaging your tyres as much. Whereas if you're understeering here in that tyre screech, we don't want that in this car. Remember, we've got an extra lap on this stint. 5 laps this stint. We did 4 laps on the last one. Through here, you can see how much we've gained up to Spread nuts now. Let's see if Spread nuts defends or not. Coming into this right-hander. Oh, it was the SLS. What a good memory. And he just lets me go there. Big shout out to Spread nuts. Indicate straight away. Obviously, he knows I've got a lot of straight line speed there. It's going out the last corner. Where are we now in comparison to BFR Devil? This is critical now. Where are we compared to BFR Devil? EP Racing Lucky is behind as well, 2.5 seconds. So we're ahead. EP Racing Lucky is ahead at this point, which is critical for us, because if Lucky is ahead, Devil's going to have the exact same problem he had versus me. He can't overtake Lucky on the straights. So at this point in time, I'm thinking, right, Lucky, please defend for your life. You've got a potential of a second place here, mate. I've got a potential of a first. Let's do it for the front wheel drive crew. Let's go for it. And you can see we're purple as well. So we are actually pushing hard here to try and keep this gap to EP Racing Lucky and Devil. So we come round this left-hander. We're actually going to advance now to a bit later on. So let's see what happens. So lap number 8, we're still in the lead, but Devil did get past Lucky eventually, and our gap is 9 tenths. So at the moment, still slipstream there as well, so we can push on. But remember, Devil is on 1 lap fresher tyres, and he's in the better handling car with better tyre wear. It's going to be so hard to keep this position, but we're going to try. We're going to try all the same. As we accelerate out of this corner, look at that gap start to come down, 9 tenths. All that gap we gained on the straight has now gone down to 8 tenths. We just run a little bit wide here. Very, very, very critical issue there in terms of our gap, because we lost half a second there from running too wide, too deep. That's just a tyre wear kicking in. Slight mistake. Bit of pressure in there as well. All mounting up there for that mistake in that right-hander. We come to the end of the bridge now. Again, all we have to do is stay in front of Devil. That's all we got to do. The minute we get on the straight, we go ahead. So it means he can't actually dive bomb into a corner. So he has to do a very good move to get past here in order to get the victory. So all we've got to do is keep accelerating, keep accelerating, keep accelerating. Brake, and as you see, we'll outbrake Devil in there. We just missed the apex a little bit. Look at the amount Devil gains here. But then instantly we get on the power. It's an even. Devil can't do a thing about it. So instantly we get back into the lead. We can take our normal racing line because we know Devil can't outbrake us into the corners. Here we go. As we're about to head on to the last lap. We've just got enough fuel, which is happy days for us. It means we can race until the end. We did risk it a little bit. We didn't So when I went into the pits, I forgot to mention this, I looked at the fuel for, okay, I'm going to risk this. I need to risk it. And the risk paid off. 1.1 laps remaining. So here we go. It's the final lap. Into this left-hander we go. Now watch what Devil does here. This is unbelievably smart racing. So he gets on my left-hand side. Now he's going to make me go really tight here, and I don't want to go tight. Remember, I want to straight line this corner. So he goes around the outside on fresher tyres. I've got to give him room there because he is on the outside, so he gets that done. I then have to try and keep with him here, but it's going to be really hard. So what Devil's done here is try to make sure he's got enough of a gap on the straight that I can't overtake him. Now, obviously I'm going to catch up, and it's going to be extremely close, but that gap is the largest it's been on this straight. So there's a potential here Devil keeps his position. It's such a smart overtake, it really is. We're going to use this in the driving school because what he's done now, he's made me go tight, so I can't even take the corner as fast as I want to, which means then I also can't keep with him as we go up that hill. And as you see here, look, he's kept that gap enough that I can't overtake him on the straight. That wasn't a dive bomb, that's just the way I take the corner, by the way. But it looks like it does scare Devil a little bit. He hits the barrier. So that's a critical mistake there by Devil. He hits the barrier. Can we make the move then into this bridge? We come in. Devil, look at the acceleration he initially gets. Absolutely superb there. So the gap, 6 tenths. We just have to keep with him. But Slipstream is obviously going to help us here, because we can get closer to Devil than we could pull away from him out in front, because obviously cleaner Slipstream obviously creates the hole in the air, and yeah, we can catch up. So 3 tenths at this moment in time, but unfortunately we're coming into the handling section, so Devil's just going to sprint away here. Look at that gap just going up, up, up. There's the understeer from me. I can't actually keep it going around the corner, and then we start to catch up to Devil at the like top end of the speed. 6 tenths now. Oh, and Devil has done it. Devil does do it. EP Racing lucky there, struggling with the Peugeot. As I say, that car suffers with tyre wear more than my car does. So the fact that he's still in 3rd place, big shout out for that. Pug power or what there. And we've done, I would say, a fantastic job in this Audi versus that GT86. And we played it as best as we could. Devil with a very smart overtake. So shout out for Devil for that one. So Devil takes the victory. We get a 2nd place. Not quite the 3k points I reckon we could have had it in that previous race, because we were playing it really smart. But even so, we can take that. That was a good race, a good battle with BFR Devil. Again, shout out to EP Racing and Lucky for that P3 in that Peugeot RTZ Gr.4 car. What a race that was. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the smart overtake there by Devil as well, and some of the smart racing that we did. There's a video playlist there if you want to watch another one. My logo's there if you want to subscribe. Leave a comment in the video down below if you've got an opinion on any of that. If you've got in the race, give yourself a shout out. Otherwise, thanks very much for watching. I will see you next time.